Today in my kitchen I'm making roasted corn salad. This is a very substantial side dish that goes well with any kind of grilled meats, and it's perfect for summertime barbecues. So to get my salad started, I am coating fresh corn. I've got 5 ears of corn with a little olive oil, and I season those with salt and pepper, and out to the barbecue those go to grill. I'm now going to chop some fresh cilantro, and I find the best way to chop cilantro, of course after it's been rinsed and dried very well, is to keep it bunched up in the rubber bands and to tighten all the leaves together and then just kind of chop across, very skinny chops. This way you get minimal stems because you don't really want a whole lot of stem because the stem can be a little bitter and it imparts a different flavor. You're getting mostly leaves, and you don't have to pick all the leaves off the stem. That's just too much work, and I don't do it. I run my knife back and forth a few more times, and then I put the cilantro in a paper towel if I'm not going to use it right away. So if I'm prepping the salad the day before, this is a great hack to store the cilantro so it doesn't get all black and yucky looking. So I put it in a paper towel, I fold it over, and from here I can put it in a container or in a plastic bag and keep it in the fridge. Now I'm cutting some scallions, and I want to make sure my scallions are in tiny pieces so that people are not getting big chunks of raw onion. You can also use red onion. I like to cut cherry tomatoes for this recipe in quarters, so I'm halving each cherry tomato and then cutting each half in half. I have a mix in the box of some grape tomatoes and some yellow, red, and some Pearl Drop tomatoes. So just kind of fun to get a little mix of tomatoes. So you want to go ahead and cut those. Now that my corn is roasted, it's ready to cut off the cob. Be careful, this part's a little tricky and could be dangerous. So get all the corn off the cob carefully. I think the best part about this salad is that I can get all the parts ready the day before I actually need them. So I'm adding a protein to this salad. A lot of times I use black beans, but in this case I'm using white cannellini beans. I've already rinsed and drained them. You see them at the bottom of the bowl. I am putting in the bowl that cilantro that was in the paper towel, some fresh lime juice. I'm seasoning it with pepper, and I'm going to add some kosher salt. And underneath the cilantro I have the scallions that have been chopped, the tomatoes, and then of course the roasted corn. So again, because I like to do things in advance, I left everything in the bowl overnight, plastic wrapped, and then before I need it for my gathering, I can toss it together gently. So mix everything well. You want to taste for seasoning, make sure you put in enough salt and pepper. And now I like to add some fresh avocado. So I dice the avocado in the skin, and then with a spoon I carefully scoop it out. And once I drop the avocado in, I don't want to continue to mix the salad too much because then the avocado gets mushy, it looks unattractive. So you got to be very careful. Place the avocado nicely on the salad. And lastly, this part is optional. I like to put a little cheese on top. Ideally, I would use cotija cheese, but I didn't have cotija cheese. I had Parmesan cheese, and Parmesan cheese and cotija cheese are very similar. They're both hard, dry cheeses, salty. I like that. So a little cheese, and my salad is ready to serve. And there you have it. For this recipe and more, visit myclasscancook.com.